Alright, welcome back everyone to Bingothon Winter 2025. My name is Flora, you might have just seen me during the previous run. We're here with our favorite chefs. We have the NieR Automata gang, they're all ready. They've cooked something. I don't know what they've cooked, but I think Game Commander knows what they've cooked.
Yes, I do. All right, so NieR is back. I'm gonna go ahead and kick the runners off, and then I will let everybody know what special sauce they'll be seeing today. So let's count them down in the waiting chat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo time. All right, so today we are watching a blindfolded bingo. So because NieR Automata, we are all, special little runners over here, and we can't bear to possibly do the same bingo that we've run before. So what we've got right now is a 2 versus 2, but only one person from each team is going to be playing. The person who is playing on each team is blindfolded, so they cannot see their screen, they cannot see the goals. So the only way that they're going to know what they're doing or what they're supposed to be doing is through their teammate. So we've got on the left, we've got Team Jamie. That would be Ameiii and Tsugoii-chan. Ameii's been a long time runner in the NieR community. You will have seen him many a time in Bingothon, and same with Tsugoii. She has been in many of these, and both of them should have plenty of knowledge of the game. Neither of them have ever done any blindfolded. So none of our 4 runners here, this is not, we don't have Bubsy playing today with blindfolded strats. These are a blindfolded playthrough, if you will. Then on the right, we have Team Jamie, which is Isum and Riker. Isum, a long category runner of the game, and Riker, more of the any percent type runner. Both of them are experienced at this point. All of us have been long-time Bingothon vets. So it'll be very curious. I hope our any French viewers appreciate our team names here. That'll sure make it easy for the restream over there. So it looks like we're both starting out with some purchases. So what they're probably hoping to do here is sell some stuff and get some money. So the bingo save that we set up for this is a little bit modified. So we've actually started them at the point of the game for anyone who's played after you defeat angles in the city, but before you go to the forest. And actually after you complete negotiations and go to the bunker. The reason we've done that is so that transporting is unlocked. So if you play normally, when we've done Bingothon, there's about 30 to 45 minutes of speedrunning before you can unlock free transport around the world. And we thought that there was no, that'd be more interesting to let them have transporting rather than trying to have them coach each other through that story progress. But there is still some story progress. We see the big letters near the center of the board there, defeat A2. So you will get to see them try to coach each other through doing a little bit of story, but they do have transporting available. But so because they're blind, they're selling some stuff that they have in this bingo save to buy recoveries. They're not going to be able to see, so they're going to get hit probably quite a bit when trying to do combat, and they're going to need lots of recoveries to spam that. You may also see there's in the top right there's the obtain a +5 or +6 chip. You may see them try to buy some things to fuse together. That's one of the routes to get a +5 or +6. Depends on whether their coach is thinking of that. It looks like Team Jamie on the left there, Ameiii and Tsugoii, are thinking about it. But it's also possible they're just struggling with menuing. Oh no, please. Oh, it looks like they're about to buy 45,000. Okay, they almost bought 45,000 gold with a HUD fishing spots. No. Okay, I don't know if they're just baiting me as a caster here, but if they waste all their money buying fishing, so that HUD just tells you where the fishing spots is. It's completely useless in bingo because the person who can see knows where all the fishing spots are. So I'm not sure not sure if there's miscommunication going on. Meanwhile, the other team are it seems like they're surveying the board and are sort of completely lost as to what to do. So we're actually playing most goals in the allotted amount of time. So don't worry, there will be no chance that we derail Bingothon by by taking 24 hours to complete any goals. But we're really I mean, we had some people who were thinking, God, can we even get a bingo? And that was more Team Ameiii and Tsugoii, and Team Isum and Riker were thinking that they were going to black out the board. This isn't lockout, so both teams will have all the goals available to them, but we have very different confidence levels. But I think both teams are not particularly thinking that they're stronger or weaker than the other, but just a very different appraising of exactly how challenging this will be. We have our first goal on the board for Team Isum and Riker as they've successfully navigated themselves to the jukebox in the corner here. And we see Ameiii and Tsugoii. I'm wondering, there is a clip out near where they're standing. If they're trying to coach each other to clip out, I'd be very impressed. But it looks like they may just be trying to also find themselves to that jukebox sound data and having a little bit of trouble with it. So it seems like we're both stuck here in the resistance camp. So there's a lot of parts of running the category that we'll see when we get to it. And I believe, okay, so they've gone over here to the right. There's a quest. The manager's request is over here. So I think Team Isum and Riker are trying to pick up the manager's quest. It's a short, normally quite short little fetch quest that you have to just talk to the person up there on the scaffolding and then go to the amusement park, pick something up and come back. We'll see if they can find their way over to the ladder. Meanwhile, I think, okay, so Ameiii and Tsugoii are, they're departing the city ruins, I think. I wonder what they are probably going to try and go for here. If I had to guess, it's probably not story progress yet, because they didn't transport anywhere. I would guess they would transport somewhere. They might be trying to obtain some more money. The building in front of Tsugoii has a chest with stuff you can sell for a lot of money. It's also possible that, let's see, surveying what's going on here. They could also be trying to go, there's some weapons over where they're headed, but I'm not sure if those are on... Oh, there's a transporter. So to activate the NieR City Ruins transporter is probably what they're going for. So those are some relatively easy goals. They just have to get there and clear the weak little robots off the transport, as the manager's request we see is successfully accepted over there on the right side.
Operator 60 to 2B. Come in, 2B.
2B here.
All
right.
The monitoring
So
signal from the new access point has gone silent.
See, so they're clearing it out. They've got the transport, and now let's see if Isum and Riker on the right can figure out how to get out of the scaffolding, which may even wind up being a harder challenge than getting up onto the scaffolding. I'm guessing we're going to see a transport on the left, but where are they going to go? Oh, they're reading their... Oh, okay, they're getting the fish. Why are they getting the... So the fish, if you eat the fish, you die instantly. So they may be picking that up to give themselves a way to quickly die at some point. I don't think there's a goal directly for eating that fish and getting that ending. As we see, I didn't even see them purchase the spear on the left, so we see spear dash movement out of Ameiii and Tsugoii. So Tsugoii, she's running. She's got, you can see her with the little tail skin modded onto 2B, and Ameiii is giving directions, and she's pulling off spear dashing completely blind. So, being speedrunners, extremely familiar with the fast movement techniques, but I'm impressed to say the least. Sound cues are one of the few things you do have while blind, and as you guys can probably hear, depending on whose audio is live, when you spear dash, 2B is quite loud, and her yelling will pretty much obfuscate any other sound cues you're going to get. As we see Isum and Riker, I think, still struggling to attempt to leave the resistance camp blind. And okay, we've got some combat. Can Tsugoii manage to defeat without dying, being shot at all sides? Thankfully, pod fire, incredibly strong. Oh, the boar that they've accidentally shot has come in to help, and I think, okay, they recover. I was wondering if Tsugoii was going to panic a little bit, but she manages to get everything straight, to care of them, and I think they're trying to unlock this other transport here as well. I think perhaps they thought that other one was the goal, or they're just trying to unlock themselves more fast travel points, but this is the one that they're near that is in fact a goal. I hope, I would love to hear the communications between Isum and Riker right now, as they potentially are trying to clip out. They're right by the clip out spot, but oh, they did it! They're clipping back in after they clip out. Oh, okay. Well, they've clipped out and fallen through the floor to avoid out. Okay, they're back, but are they going to be able to properly orient themselves in out of bounds space? So in this out of bounds space that Riker is moving through, so Riker is playing on the right while Isum gives the information, acts as Riker's eyes. There's a lot of floor that's actually just completely intangible. It's not fully properly mapped, and it's quite random. You really have to know your stuff. So we'll see. It's also a little dangerous. If they go too far to the right here, they'll get stuck, clipped inbounds in an area they weren't supposed to have unlocked yet. If they get stuck there, they can actually do a save reload to go back, but they will have lost their clip out progress, so they really don't want to accidentally go inbounds. But too far to the left, and they'll fall the void again. Thankfully, in NieR Automata, when you fall into the void, it does just bring you back up to the last spot where you touch the ground, but sometimes it can be a little bit wonky, and it'll put you back in a spot where you, a split second later, just immediately start to fall again, which can be a little bit dicey. So it's always a little bit scary, because that one you actually can't save load out of. You have to Alt F4 your game and reopen it. So they really don't want to wind up in that constant fall state. It's a little bit less risky here. It tends to happen a little bit more in the desert area, or like slope. It like slopes downward parts of out of bounds, and this one slopes a little bit upward. So hopefully they'll be safe. As we see Team Jamie clearing out the transporter. Right, so I think I'm wondering. Let's try to figure out what goal Riker and Isum might be going for. So I think the Type 3 Lance is down here in the Flooded City, and that's probably what they're going for. Now, you can go to the Flooded City the intended way. If they were to go fight A2, they could unlock the proper amount of story progress that you would need to go the proper way. They've clipped inbound, so they were hoping to do a plunge down to the Flooded City here, but they've accidentally clipped inbounds. They're going to have to save and reload. I hope they know that. I hope they don't spend a lot of time, unless they have a clip or a glitch that I'm unaware of. I think they're stuck here. They're going to have to save load. Okay, I think they know it. They've opened up the map. I think they know that they have to save load. It's unfortunate. So they were trying to go get that Type 3 Lance, but I think it's going to be really hard to navigate out of balance blind. I admire them for going for it, but I don't think that that's probably going to be the winning strategy here, trying to navigate the out of bounds areas, as much as I would love it if it were. We see some boar riding from Ameiii and Tsugoii. Interesting. I admire them trying to make sure always go quickly. Riding animals is actually quite a quick way to move, although the boar is actually quite a bit faster if you jump. But they're probably going to try and ride it to the Desert Center transporter, that goal in the bottom right. So it looks like they're actually just trying to take it slow and steady so that they don't get lost. The fast animal movement, I think, can be quite difficult. Alright, and then what do we have going on with Riker and Isum? We see 2B's head. Give her some head pats, everyone in chat. I can only assume that that's what they're doing for us here, giving us a nice opportunity for head pats, because I don't see much else going on. Alright, they've made their way, so it looks like, yeah, they're giving up on Type 3 Lance. I would take a guess that they might also have an interest here in that ride an animal to the Desert Center transporter. you know, they may be following a little bit in the roots of Team Jamie on the left here, going for the transporter and then the Desert Center transporter with the animal. But you never know. They may have other things in mind. They did pick up the manager's request. That has stuck with them, so I wouldn't be surprised to see themselves make their way to the amusement park here to try to take advantage of that. As we see, so there is an animal out of bounds clip near where Tsugoii is. If they're going for that, I would be quite impressed. You can also just ride the animal in between that barricade there. I'm hoping that they that they realize that if that's what they're going for. So, you know, normally this goal, clipping out of bounds with the animal, might be the fastest way to do it. Because if we were to do it on the normal save, there would actually be, you know, the barrier there would be complete, and you'd have to do a little bit of dialogue to blow it up. But okay, it seems like they either gave up or decided to, yeah, just go through the barricade normally rather than going for the animal clip. They get stuck on the tree a little bit here. Thank you for the head pat, Percy. He deserves it. After all she goes through, although I guess at this point in the story, things aren't too bad for her. So for NieR Automata Bingo, for anyone who's played the game and are wondering, we only have goals that are completable before Groon, before you know, the big boss out in the ocean. The reason we do that is Groon is a 15-minute long auto-scroller, and nobody really wants to do that for Bingo. You know, for the amount of time that we want to do for our bingos. We've thrown around the ideas of doing a chapter select bingo, but nobody's gone ahead and put together a goal list for that. So that's why you know, there's a sort of slightly limited. You know, there's a lot that goes on in endings. You know, B and beyond that won't be a part of this bingo. Only things you can do before Groon, as we get some nice speedy boar running out to the Desert Center transporter. So we've got a slight lead here for Ameiii and Tsugoii as they tick off that third goal. So we've got similar routes, but just with that little out of bounds attempt from Riker and Isum. All right, goodbye, boar. Let her go. Let her run off into the system, into the distance. And I'm wondering what they'll go for next. So what else is out here, out in the desert? There's some potential weapons you could obtain. There's an obtain 6 weapons goal that they could try. They could also transport away, which may be what they're going for. There's a goal to kill 5 machines underground in the desert, but the underground area is actually a little bit away from here, and I didn't see them get that blade program. Well, yeah, the boar, it did kind of look like he was running back home. So I wonder, I don't actually know. Do the boar, like, can they go find that boar again? Will he just be running around? Oh, there he is. He's chilling in the distance as they transport away and he deloads. Poor little boar. I think Isum and Riker here seem to be headed towards the amusement park, although hopefully Isum's giving him heads up that there's a gap right in front of him that he could fall down to. We've all who have speedrun this game have accidentally fallen down into this gap. You do it quite near the end of the game, in the middle of a boss rush. It's extremely easy to jump the gap. It's not difficult at all. We have enough movement to clear it there and back several times, but it's very easy to choke even when you can see. If you just have your head on other things. So seems like they're appropriately to be scared of heights here on the right, contemplating what will happen if she jumps down. Oh, okay, it seems like using some SDs, maybe worried about fall damage. Looks like they're maybe intending to go in here. Oh, they're probably looking to fish. I think that's what they're going for here. This isn't the... Oh, this is the flooded city access point. Oh, okay. That's, I think, what they're going. It's a little hard for me to tell with this camera angle if this is or is not the flooded city access point. But our experienced runners in chat who maybe were paying better attention to that screen can tell me if that's where they are. Oh, thank you for adjusting the camera angle. Okay, well, I'm gonna watch the other screen. I'm getting a little dizzy, so Okay. So on the other side, seems like they transported back to this transporter, but I'm not really sure what they're doing here. They're doing a little bit of combat. Oh, I think they've changed their mind, but they just can't transport in the middle of combat, perhaps? Yeah, I think they changed their mind. They want to go somewhere else. I hope, looking back on the right side, it's possible they think they're fishing. I'm not really sure what's going on. But I'm pretty sure that's what they're going for. Fish in the flooded city access point is the most logical goal to go for after having jumped down in here. I don't think there's anything else. I guess they could be going for a meals home, but that's a doozy of a goal. I would be, if they went for that as their as their third goal of the bingo, I would be quite surprised. Okay, so Tsugoii and Ameiii have transported again, but I think they've transported once again to the same place. I'm not sure. Oh, no. They've gone to a different place. They've gone over near Pascal's now. So it's possible they may be looking to do some story progress. If they go talk to Pascal and then maybe they want to head off and try to combat A2. It's also, the family squabble quest to get the blue ribbon is also picked up over here. So that may be what they're going for. Although that may be challenging in and of itself. The blue ribbon is got from an escort quest, and I think an escort quest where you're blind to who you're escorting may prove some difficulty. Okay, so they have found themselves in the pipe that leads down to the flooded city. It seems like they've decided, clipping to the flooded city, not for me. We actually have enough story progress to just go there the legitimate way.
No idea.
I hope they fish on their way there, but maybe they're just going straight for the lance. We'll see. Because I don't see them stopping to fish. For anyone curious, the goal that we have to fish in the access point, you just have to catch one of any particular fish. So one of our tenets here for our goals is we didn't want anything to be mandatory RNG. There's nothing that can only be done. There are a couple of things, like we have obtained a desert flower. You can get that through RNG, but there's also a quest that gives one guaranteed. Oh, you're probably right, Slammin. The fish in the flooded city access point probably does mean down near the flooded city transporter. I forget whether because I was thinking of access point as like the spot where you access the flooded city. But you're probably right. The access point is like the actual NieR term for the transporters. So that down here is probably what that goal is referring to. So I was a little bit mistaken. I was on the right track, but no, I think you're correct there. All right, we see, looks like they're buying or selling some buffs there on the left screen. They've bought themselves some defense and offense buffs, probably for combat. There is a goal, I believe, for getting ending N in Pascal's village. So ending N is destroying every single robot here in Pascal's village. I'm not sure if they're going to go for it. If you miss even one, you won't get it. And a couple of the robots that you have to kill are kind of near the zone where it considers you having left Pascal's village. And if you leave the village, then everything will respawn. So blindfolded, it seems like a very scary thing to have to navigate and find each and every robot in here. But they may decide to go for it, as we do see the fishing at the transporter for Team Jamie on the right. Looks like they are picking up story progress on the left here, rather than going for that ending.
Yes, Tubi?
All right, so the game is all tied up at 3 as we get that route divergence here from the pink team.
Yes, Tubi?
Fishing spotted, yeah, fishing mentioned. Fishing percent bingo.
Yes.
The child machine, the bane of so many runners. A quick little minus a couple seconds in an 80% run, and minus a few more seconds in the blindfolded run when you're trying to talk to Pascal.
Pascal,
Yes.
You
Oh,
fo-
yeah, there's
where
All right, they've decided to transport out of there. I think maybe that's what they were trying to do in the first place. Oh no, they've saved and come back. So maybe they're just worried about. I think that was an accident. I think they're trying to leave, but I'm surprised they're not going for the Type 3 lance. The Type 3 lance is down here in the flooded city, so having gone all this way, I would expect them to go for it. But perhaps you do have to jump over a gap of water, and perhaps they've decided that the gap is too much for their blindfold, and they've decided to pursue another tactic. All right, so we see another, it seems blindfolded, the transport to exactly where you already are tactic seems to be quite common for both teams. You know, I'd love to assume that this is some deeply strategic move, but I'm pretty sure it's just misclicks. For everyone's knowledge, we did make a sort of unclear agreement that people wouldn't just directly tell them the goals, like, hey, you're going to go defeat A2, or you're going to go visit Emil's home. So the runners themselves are blind and also don't usually know exactly what goal they're going for. They're just doing their best to follow directions from their instructor. It's a little bit unclear, you know, because if you say, okay, you know, go, you know, equip this weapon or something, you know, at that point, you know, or, you know, okay, we're going to go open the menu, you know. So I'm not sure what level of informed the runners are, but I think it's safe to assume they're probably quite lost as to what they're doing. They may not even know where they are in the game. It'll be interesting to talk to the runners afterwards and see what level of strategy they were trying to do. Like, you know, are the instructors trying to tell the runners where they are so that the runners can try and envision it and try and move around in the world, or is it just completely like, hey, hit up, hit down, hit left, hit right? You know, you've a complete blindfolded black box with no idea where you are. So Ameiii and Tsugoii are headed to the commercial facility. Why might they be headed to the commercial facility? I don't think we have the gold to go here, so I think they're doing story progress. I think they're probably have their sights set on defeat A2. So that'll be fun. I wonder if they will go for the intended, you know, inbounds route, or if they'll try to pull off any speedruns tricks blindfolded. I'm gonna guess they're gonna go for inbounds, considering the difficulty that tree route is giving them. But I would love to see them go for, you know, maybe some Rainbow Road. You know, a little bit of you know, maybe the castle climb. I would love to see the speedrun strats executed blindfolded, as the right team takes their turn to go buy buffs, I assume. Or maybe they're trying to buy chips to fuse for that obtain a +5 or +6 chip.
Conjecture.
We'll see.
You're so serious, 2B. You know that?
Alert. Multiple machine life forms detected above our position.
Defeating A2 also does unlock some other things. So defeating the animal-loving machine is something you can only do in a quest that requires having beaten A2. I believe the Desert Flower quest requires having beaten A2, although I would be quite surprised to see anyone go for that. Activate 5 buffs is not too terribly difficult. I'm surprised we haven't seen any of them trying to go to the shops and pick up the appropriate buffs that you would need to get. You know, we have 4 with offense, melee and ranged offense, melee and ranged defense, and then you can get a Volproof salve for the 5th. I expect the runners to catch on that that's a relatively easy one at some point. We've also got the Forest Castle Royal Chamber transporter that's over in this area, so you get a little 2-for-1. Yeah, Emil is hiding for now. I'm trying to think if Emil is going to wind up being important for this run. Surprisingly not. I think the only one, so after you do A2, Phoenix Dagger, the upgrading Phoenix Dagger materials can be bought from Emil, as we see his little head rolling around on the right. He's been spotted the first time, but it's not till we see him again that he'll be able to sell you things. All right, now I'm gonna guess that Team Riker and Isum are either gonna go try and complete their manager's request, or they're gonna perhaps go for a cavern near
Looks
Emil's
like the
home
forest
without
is
going all
just
the way
ahead.
into Emil's home. That is also somewhat around where we are over here. We see some lovely spear dashing here from Tsugoii.
Aim for the enemy androids. Engage battle mode. Now fight for your king.
Oh, okay.
Here
Looks
they
like they're
come. Better keep your
thinking
guard
of.
up.
Oh, they're
I'm
jumping the
aware
gap.
of how to
Oh,
fight.
they
You just be
barely made
careful.
that.
I will,
But good
2B.
job, Riker. Riker manages to jump the gap blindfolded. You know, the runners who are watching know, but for those of you who don't, we have a lot of aerial movement available to us, but it does all happen, you know, relatively quick when you're blindfolded. If you're not ready for, you know, the button combinations or not sure exactly how far you need to go, I think it would be quite easy to drop into the gap. Because again, you know, these are not practiced blindfolded runners. These runners are not used to, they're very used to all their visual cues that they have when playing, and no one has done any practice for this blindfolded run, so they are totally in the dark. I guess literally, I believe, I'm not sure. I think I know Tsugoii was looking for her 2B cosplay to see if she could use that blindfold. I think Riker may have just turned his monitor off to achieve the blindfolded effect. I think everyone can tell it's pretty clear from this gameplay that no one is looking at their screen. Well, exactly. I mean, yeah, it is perfect, right? Like, you know, the blindfolded is very on theme for NieR Automata, which is now making me wish that, you know, back when Bubzia was doing his blindfolded runs, that we got him in full 2B cosplay. Is it actually a visor, Slammin'? I mean, it's definitely a blindfold. Like, visually, it's definitely a blindfold. Yeah, turning off the monitor, you know, something that you might normally just do in Rage, but no, I'd imagine our runners are just completely zen calm. You know, nothing's going on. I do wonder. I feel like as the runner, you know, you're just in this state of zen. You go, well, I can't see anything. Who knows what's happening? You know, everything's chill. And then the instructor is going, oh, please, God, no, please, just don't fall in the gap. Don't die to this machine. As we'll see if they can manage to stay alive. So Tsugoii is fighting the animal-loving machine, which hits pretty hard. We are quite underleveled, as you would normally be here, but she manages to stay alive, spams some heals. I know people were worried about combat, but manages to get through that first little bit of the quest there. All right, wow, they've got their 20 animal bait as a reward. And we'll see. I forget what we considered defeating the animal-loving machine. I forget if we considered that little fight there defeating, or I believe you have to leave and then come back and actually kill him in cold blood to count the goal. I can't remember what we decided. Whatever they wind up marking it, I'm sure will be correct. As Tsugoii struggles to jump over the root here, but manages to do a little lift combination and get over. We see a speedrunning trick being attempted by Riker. You can jump this barricade. You're not supposed to be able to get over this barricade normally, but we actually have just enough vertical height to get it. But it's a little trickier than you might think. You really have to be either quite good on your jump, or not all parts of the barricade are exactly equal height, so you can give yourself a little bit of assistance by positioning yourself differently. I mean, it is a much more direct line, and it would be annoying to try to communicate getting through the bottom, but I think a lot of runners who think that they're doing this 100% off muscle memory don't realize that they are definitely relying on visual cues to sort of time. Because we've got a lot of pieces in our jump combos here that really depend. You know, so when we do a heavy attack in the air, 2B throws her swords down, and you get a little bit of height. But if you cancel that attack too quickly, you won't really get any of your height. And if you cancel it too slow, you'll start to move downwards, and you'll also lose the height. And same with using. I think the SD cancels shouldn't be too bad because those pretty much you always want to do as soon as possible. But there's quite a bit of you need to get the full height of your jump, right? But if you cancel too soon, you will lose some of that upward height. But if it's too late and you started to fall, and even there's some parts of the combo that you won't be able to do once you started to fall. So as we give a big round of applause, that is not easy, even for an experienced runner like Riker is. It is not easy to jump that barricade completely blindfolded. Trust me. So please give them a big round of applause for going for that. As they hopefully can get themselves unstuck from the tree on the other side, or go straight through it. Did I see that right? Did they just walk straight through that tree? I'm not even sure. So they're in the amusement park. I believe they're probably here to try to complete manager's request. They've also got that top center goal to defeat the Goliath tank over on the right-hand side of the amusement park. And there's also some weapons they can collect here if they want to, but I believe those two are probably their primary reasons for coming here. Tree clipper. Are we pogging for an invention here, Percy, or is this a known quantity that you can clip through that little bit of the tree?
May I chime in here for a moment?
Please do.
Alright, I just want to remind everyone again that coming up later tonight, we've got Shadow the Hedgehog 2-player mod. And we've got a bit more for that, for the character models. And we've got quite a lot of choices, but all of these choices are at $0. Like, some of these choices are amazing. Like, we have II and II, which I believe is the II is
Super
the
Monkey Ball
from Super Monkey Ball.
Yeah.
We've got Metal Sonic and Metal Amy. We've got Omega and Rouge. We've got Scorch and Surge. We've got Shadow and Cream. Sonic and Knuckles. Super Sonic and Super Shadow, or Vector and Charmy. Like we've got a ton of options there, but all of these options are at $0. So like, I mean, like,
yeah, come on, someone's gotta have a
amazing
favorite.
options. What else could you be asking for? And then we also, after that, we've got Rayman. We've got Rayman 2, The Great Escape. That's like already in the European morning, late in the American night. We've got an incentive for a bonus 2v2 single bingo run, which is only $75, which is a steal for a bonus run. So you want to get that, you need to get some donations in for that as well. I think that's coming up in like 5-ish hours or so. I don't know exactly. I would have to look up in the schedule. But yeah, somewhere around those numbers. So it's still a bit away, but it's probably closer than you think. So get those donations in for your incentives.
If anyone
Alright.
listening wants to donate for either of those, I will match up to $30. So valid until the end of the NieR run, because I'm not going to watch the whole time. I've got some things I've got to do this Saturday. But yeah, if anyone wants to donate for any of those incentives, I will match up to $30 before the end of the NieR run.
I've just been told it's actually closer to 7.5 hours, but you know, still, point stands. Anyways, back to NieR.
Thank you, Floha. All right, so let's catch up with what our runners have been up to. On the left-hand side, we've got some forest castle progress as we see them go about things the intended way. So no Rainbow Road, no castle climb. I'm not surprised. I think those will be quite tricky to pull off blind. But they may get lost in the maze of the castle here a little bit, so they're not totally out of the woods or out of the forest, so to speak, doing it the traditional way. And we see some materials purchasing going on the right-hand side, perhaps thinking about a future weapon upgrade. I'm not sure if they have their eyes on the clock. We're about, we're approaching the halfway mark, so we'll see if they wind up ever never doing any of the upgrading. Looks like they may have even just decided that they that it might not be necessary. I think it appears so far that I forget who it was who thought, they might struggle to even get, a bingo. Seems to be a little more correct than the team who thought that both teams were gonna black out the board and be a race to who can black it out quicker. All right. Oh, there's zooming on the left. They're zooming through the castle. All right. Those 2D sections actually might be quite a benefit. I think moving around blindfolded in 2Ds got to be significantly easier than having that one extra axis of movement. A little bit easier to keep your camera from getting locked in some crazy position where your instructor can't see. So I'm gonna expect the next goal to be ticked off by team Ameiii and Tsugoii here. They're going for a high jump. All right, they've high jumped their way up a level. Yeah, they're cruising here. I'd expect them to get 2 goals relatively soon here. Yeah, as they lift themselves up through the library. There's a collect the forest photograph goal, which it's a little bit too bad that they didn't pick up the quest. So there's part of the photographs are part of a quest where you can go to a couple different areas, and then 2B will take a photo. They didn't pick that up before coming here, but thankfully, since they've got this goal to pick up the transporter, they can always come back later if they want to get that. But maybe would have been a nice little bit of routing. It's not here in the castle, so they've already sort of passed the bit where they would want to do that in the most convenient way. I'm not sure. I think I missed it, but I think on the right-hand side here, they did pick up the... Oh, very nice. So I believe they picked up the item they need for the manager's request, as they do a high jump there. A little bit unnecessary. There's a ladder right over there that they could have grabbed, but it might actually be easier to do that high jump than to try to navigate the ladder with the wonky camera. Make their way to South Village, where I anticipate they will then probably the blue ribbon, as well as progress the story to potentially towards A2 and follow in the blue team's footsteps. There's also a couple of other options. The letter for Sarcha, for John Paul, could be something. They can pick up that quest here as well if they're interested. It doesn't take too long once you have the transports unlocked, although they don't have all the transports that they'll already need for that. I did scout this board for the teams to avoid some of the more difficult goals. There is a goal to kill that worm machine you saw on the left-hand side, to kill it with only melee attacks, but we did decide to not make the runners have to attempt that goal in this bingo, thinking it is already a arduous enough task without the blindfold, as the machines just don't want to come near enough for you to hit them. I think blindfolded, that would be that would not be a kind thing to do to someone, to make them have to try to complete that goal. As they wait for that dialogue to finish, they can pick up the transporter and take off a goal on the left. And the lead returns to Tsugoii, her instructor Ameiii. We're proceeding to fight A2. We'll see if the combat gives them any difficulty. They do still have their speedrunning damage glitch that is well ingrained in their fingers to be able to easily do blindfold. And thankfully, we do have lock-on to aid combat. So I don't think it should be too difficult, but again, not being able to see, you do have to listen for that sound cue for when you get hit to heal, because you're obviously not dodging anything without being able to see it. Or you can have the sound cue of your instructor screaming frantically in your ear, "Heal, heal, heal, you're gonna die, heal!" Yeah, honestly, Percy, I was quite impressed with that too, considering Tsugoii can't even see where she is. That pod launch is a tactic that we use in near speedrunning to save, a few moments of 2B slowly walking up. So I like going for that, even though every little bit of movement here takes a long a long time. We still want to save those seconds. We'll pause in the middle of the A2 fight, probably going for a heal. Maybe gonna try to buff up in the pause menu. Yeah, so you can use the quick menu or the pause menu to buff. But it's probably a little bit easier blindfolded to not have to buff while you're being attacked. Oh, they're gonna go for resilience. So these skill chips here, they probably bought resilience earlier, and resilience is a really powerful, probably the most powerful chip for speedrunning. That means that whenever you get hit, you don't take any knockback. Your actions are not canceled so long as you have above 80% health, which we just spam recoveries to maintain that threshold. That'll make the combat against A2 much easier, considering Tsugoii will not probably be dodging very many of A2's attacks.
She's destroyed multiple pursuit androids. Now kill her before she kills you.
Oh, it looks like she did buff, so she probably did just buff out of muscle memory from the quick menu. Actually, it's not that hard, but any little thing can be difficult all of a sudden when you can't see. And all right, they've won the fight. Nice job. No deaths sustained. Doing combat blindfolded. You can see though she out of muscle memory is trying to pause and skip the cutscenes, but it's just a little bit too quick. Even things that you know quite how to do, it's very easy when blindfolded to rush it and just do it faster than you really should. Just that living sort of like without the visual input makes it really easy for your brain to just, you're trying to visualize what's happening and you're visualizing it a little bit faster than it really is.
I'm sorry, Commander. We failed to defeat the fugitive.
Checking in with Riker and Isum. Down here, they may be going for...
Why did A2 desert the Force?
I don't think... Are they intentionally swatting the camera away? Oh, you.
Huh.
Oh, you.
Yeah?
Let's go ask Pascal.
There's a quest
about
here,
A2.
but I
something.
don't know if this quest is the one that they want.
This is 9S.
Oh,
I don't
you
think
survived.
it is.
How wonderful.
Can you even remember?
Yeah,
I don't
we're fine.
remember what the quest down here is,
But
because
there's
Blue
something we
Ribbon
wanna ask you
is
about.
from the family
Of
squabble.
course.
I mean, it's possible that they're down here because they're...
Actually,
Okay,
It needs to be in
so they are.
person.
They're killing the robots. So they're going for ending end. They're trying to kill every robot in Pascal's. So they're going to be here for a second as you see them blindly, slowly make their way to find each and every little robot hiding in this quaint little village and tell them a bedtime story. That's what they're doing. They're telling each and every one a bedtime story. Me and Tsugoii, I think, are deciding what they want to do next. So the next part of the story does happen in Pascal's, but I'm not sure what they get for completing the story here. Maybe they just want a little bit of experience or maybe some money. I forget if you get any money for completing this part of the story quest. But they certainly don't need any more story progress. They have all the story progress they should need, unless... Actually, I do think you do need to talk to Pascal here before Emil will spawn. Perhaps they're planning to upgrade Phoenix Dagger, although again, going to find it and getting the materials will take quite some time, and we are just past the halfway point here. I guess there's a get 15 non-system chips with different names or levels is also a relatively lengthy goal, and Emil does sell some unique chips that aren't sold in the other shops, so they could be going for that. Oh, no, I think they're trying to pick up the letter for Sartre here. They're over at John Paul's hut. Possible they also just want to make some purchases to head towards the 6 weapons goal. We'll see if they go for any of that later. See John Paul's Melancholy started, the quest where we will obtain the letter for Sartre. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of a bait. There's Sartre's letter, which you obtain quite early, the letter that he's sending out. But the letter for him, you have to actually go get from an NPC. I forget which one. I'm not sure if anybody in chat knows which of his followers gives you the letter for him. Because I believe they each give you, there's like the beautiful glass. They each have a different item that they give. It's the Child Machine Classic coming up yet again.
It'll be faster.
Oh,
if
it's
you
the girl in
just
the
take a look
village.
at
Oh,
this
well,
recording.
that's quite a quick one then, actually. So they'll probably pick that up after they finish talking to Pascal here, and further cement the lead for the blue team. I'm surprised to see. I just realized that Team Riker and Isum didn't defeat the Goliath tank before leaving the amusement park. That's a fairly straightforward goal, with getting to it being really the most difficult part. So given that they already went out there, I'm surprised to see them not do it. I also hope, I don't remember if, I don't know if anyone saw them save. I don't actually know. If they didn't save and they get an ending, is it gonna wipe the item they got from manager's request? That's a great question, Sloth. The instructors definitely know, because the instructors have to be able to see the bingo board to mark goals and such, so they definitely know. I'm not sure if they're actually communicating to their runners whether they're ahead or behind. I would think not. I don't think you want to give them overconfidence or stress them out, so I would guess the runners have no idea if they're winning or losing, and the instructors definitely know. But I am a little worried. I don't know how this interaction will work. So what they're trying to do on the right hand side here is, if when they put all the robots to sleep here and get ending end, they are endings which actually take you back to the title screen, and so I don't know if it saves. So they picked up an item as part of the manager's request, which is a simple fetch quest. Go to the amusement park, pick up the item, bring it back. I didn't see if they saved, and I don't know if you have to save in order for you to retain items once you get the ending. I would hate to see them lose the item. You can see, by the way, they have NieR installed, or Kajiki mod, I should call it, which is a racing mod that we have to allow you to see the location of other speedrunners with the mod installed. So you can see that little diamond on Riker's screen where you can see Tsugoii. She's that little diamond over there. Not too impactful for this, considering the runners themselves can't even see their own screens, but is a fun little thing that we have, a great addition to NieR speedrunning. Not sure what team
She sure
Ameiii and
cares about her little
Tsugoii
sister,
were
huh?
doing down there at the
Still,
bottom.
it's
I
pretty
guess
funny to hear
they were
machines talk
grabbing
about siblings. Do you think she just means they were built at the
the
same
quest
factory or
down
something?
there.
Maybe.
Maybe the Blue Ribbon quest is down there. I can't remember if the Blue Ribbon quest is down there. I think it actually is. I think I'm getting it confused which one is Blue Ribbon. Yeah, okay, it is the escort. The Blue Ribbon quest is down there. I always think it's Family Squabble, the one that you get in the entrance here, but no, you're right. That is the one you start down there. So they are probably going to go try and do this escort quest for the Blue Ribbon. As Riker and Isum try to figure out which robots they haven't killed yet.
9S, why did you ask Pascal about A2?
Huh?
It's not recommended to interface with machines without consulting command.
It's also possible
I
that
know.
Tsugoii
I'm
are
sorry.
going for...
Though I suppose such
See,
intense
what are their...
curiosity can be
why might they have
admirable
come over
in
here?
its own way.
Perhaps Yorha
Thanks,
Betrayers
Tsugoii.
for the 40
Machines
Lance,
are the
40
enemy.
Lance in the
Don't
bottom
forget
left,
it.
but that could be kind of difficult to communicate blindfolded. You have to find the Betrayers, who could be in a couple of different random locations. But that's a
This is
possibility that they might
Nothing
do
to
from this
report.
location.
Listen, Tubi. I was
Um,
looking at images of
They may
flowers
also
today
just be
Flowers?
trying to go for the
There
Flooded
wasn't much
City
left in the bunkers
ones we
when I
talked
was
about earlier, the Fish in the Flooded City and the Type 3 Lance. Here's not a bad place to go for that. Oh, they're picking up the photograph quest. That's what they're
Don't
here
need
for.
it.
They want to go get their forest photograph that they missed on the first run through.
Girl doesn't want to look good sometimes. I'll let you know if I find anything else cute, okay?
I don't need to hear about.
Operator 60 out.
Riker looks like is starting John Paul's melancholy before probably murdering John Paul. There we go. He deserves it, don't worry. I know I said the others were being put to sleep, but John Paul is definitely being murdered. Alright, so we'll see if they try to combo anything else with it, but I think they may just, after picking up this quest for the photograph, go straight back out to the forest and try to find their photograph. I know Riker was telling me that it wasn't going to take that long to get ending N, because we talked about it as what if ending N comes up on the board, and I was like, oh, there's no way you ever can get ending N blindfolded, and seems like we may both wind up being right. That they may wind up getting it in the end, but it may wind up costing them nearly their entire maybe a third of their runtime trying to complete it. It's interesting to see the different strategies that they're going for, because I might have anticipated there's some obtain 6 weapons, obtain items from 7 different shops, 5 active buffs that are all like relatively low time investments compared to a lot of the goals that they've both teams have already been going for, especially with the the obtain 6 weapons and buy from different shops being a little bit of like 2 birds with 1 stone type situation, and the active buffs as well. But perhaps they're saving it for later. They're sort of trying to do the more time intensive goals first, and then try to just wrap some of them up near the end. But I hope that both teams are able to complete those, because it'd be a shame to miss out on some of the easier goals while doing, so quite difficult ones like ending N and defeating the animal loving machine, or riding the desert center transporter, as they also pick up the manager's request. I mean, that was very clean from Ameiii and Tsugoii. If we remember all the way back to the beginning of the bingo, Riker and Isum doing their best to pick it up. You can really tell that the runners are improving at this blindfolded thing as the event goes on, and they get more practice trying to communicate to each other what's going on. All right. Oh, okay. That one up in the air is a tricky one to get blindfolded, because you can't lock on to these because they're not considered enemies. If anyone's wondering why they don't just lock on to each one at a time, they're not enemies, so you can't lock on to them. So yeah, the one up in the air can be tricky, so nice to see them get that one down. And Tsugoii making their way back into the city center. We'll see if they beeline straight for that manager's request they picked up. Perhaps they'll do that and then go transport out to the forest, or they may just come back and try and know. I mean, yeah, at this point, certainly Ameiii knows the lead that their team has, and may just be being like, we don't need to do anything fancy, just slow and steady, trot a couple more goals out here, and it'll be quite difficult for the other team to catch up. But you never know if after completing ending N, if the other team goes and does their obtain 6 weapons, obtain items from different shops, gets the active buffs, gets a couple of wham bam bam goals right in a row, maybe the 15 different chips and the into the +5 or 6 chip, like you really could kind of chain some goals into each other if things go right. And I think the money to afford all of that is going to be a big issue, because they haven't done the level of story progress, and normally there are some things that we can do to as we progress the story to obtain some bigger chunks of money, but so much of the story was already progressed for them that they didn't have the option. Oh, I think Tsugoii fell into the pit. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. I told you I wasn't hyping up that little gap for nothing. Blindfolded, it is all too easy. And we'll see if they try to recover, or if they just pivot the strategy completely, having fallen into the pit. think they're trying to recover. Okay, we see a nice little angle adjust, stop. Oh, I like the use of the SD to stop on a dime. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I really feel like you can see the teamwork developing with Ameiii and Tsugoii here. Oh, okay, we are getting a save out of Riker, so I don't think we'll need to worry about my fear of them losing their manager's request item. Thank goodness. I'm actually not even sure if the save is 100% necessary, but I think it is. I think if they didn't save and they got ending end, they would lose that item. Not 100% though. It unfortunately, I think I'm not sure if anyone in the chat knows. I think a lot of the random obscure knowledge players are actually in this bingo right now. So they must know better than I. Yeah, that is what I thought, Slammin', so. Okay, they found one more robot. Oh no, there's another gap. Tsugoii is preparing mentally to jump the gap. It is so funny, these things that are just so easy sighted become such obstacles blind. Alright. Very good, Tsugoii. She's cleared it. She's cleared the gap. We'll see if they also elect to try to jump the fence here, or if they just go the straightforward route of going down into the sewer. Yeah, they've stopped to make a decision. Okay, no, they're gonna go for the jump. Wow, they're also gonna go for the jump. All right, as both teams go, you know what, Tsugoii, just figure out how to jump this barricade. I'm not gonna bother to try to coach you through the underground. Seems like 2B and 9S are hanging out in the hut, enjoying maybe a quick cup of tea before continuing on their mission. Tsugoii, extremely talented runner, very good any percent time, and second try jumps the barricade. I'm telling you, that is not easy. Even for an experienced runner with quite good muscle memory, you think it is all muscle memory, but there is a lot of just like subtle like visual cues, even just because like you have the muscle memory, but envisioning it in your head, you can speed it up. So that really is, quite, like once you practice it blindfolded, you can definitely get it down. Don't get me wrong, but doing it, blindfolded, blind, on the second try like that is quite impressive. Riker and Isum still trying to figure out who they haven't killed yet. All right, the shop robots.
This is one of the places in
our next
Better record the
our next friends here. All right, they've got the amusement park photo. That's not quite the photo they need. Not sure what they're doing over there. I don't think you need the photos in order. Does anyone know? You don't have to get the amusement park photo to go get the forest one, do you? I don't think you do. Maybe that was just the easiest way for them to go get oriented as to where they were. All right, ending N has been achieved. They have been working on that for, I think, the better part of half an hour. So, oh, that's gotta be a big sigh of relief from them that they have finally tracked down every last robot. They've done it. And what did it cost? That remains to be seen, but no one can say that they backed down and got scared of ending N.
Is this the main?
Look,
That's true. It does look like I'm pretty confident that all the runners were on the same page, that it was most goals in time. It would be very funny if it turns out that they thought it was bingo. Perhaps they didn't think that, and they just decided it would be fun to go for a bingo. But it is funny that, yeah, it does look like they've sort of gone for that fourth column there. They can have the victory in their hearts if they complete a bingo, but lose the actual bingo. It is Bingothon after all. Alright, I think they're going for the tank over there on the left. Oh, I like this. They're moving one dash at a time. They're like doing a dash and then an SD to stop, so that Ameiii and Tsugoii can communicate precisely where they need to go. Okay, they're buying materials. Oh, they're buying a material for the buy item from 7 different shops. That's why the other team went there as well. Got it. So they've both got that on their brain, trying to make some progress. Although, again, you know, you would really think if you're going to go all the way over here, you might as well go fight the tank. They probably are, Simon. Most weapons in this game, in this bingo at least, the materials are bought off a meal. That's the most efficient way to get them. There are some that you can do some quests to get the materials instead, but most of them are bought off a meal. Okay, it looks like they are headed. The only thing out here is a transporter in the tank. It's possible that this is just the fastest transporter and they're going to transport away, but I would expect them to go find the tank. Oh, it looks like, I didn't even notice, Riker and Isum have also returned to go find their friend, the amusement park tank. So we'll actually get to see, I think, both runners going for the same goal at the same time. That'll be fun. It's a little mini race here for who gets it first. We do have a little bit of a lead here from Riker, but from Riker and Isum, but they are struggling to hop this fence. As Tsugoii and Ameiii clear the fence, but where did they clear it to? A little unclear. All right, they've done it. They're snapped into 2D here. Yeah, the coordination between Ameiii and Tsugoii really quite impressive here. We'll see how they fare in combat versus the tank, but they've got all the way out here. We can see it in the distance. We'll see what method they choose. So they can always go for the damage glitch method, but there is a method where you hop on top of the tank and expose a core. I think most people casually didn't actually know about that. It's almost like a little Easter egg. Unclear whether it's an Easter egg or intended, but I think they may just fight it with, just fight it with damage glitches. Why not? Buff up, although, okay, they got all the buffs. And yeah, especially we normally kill it in the speed run at a little bit lower level than this. Well, actually, we don't normally kill it in the speed run at all, but anymore. There was one version of the speed run many moons ago where we did actually kill it, and we killed it at a little bit lower level. So that went quite quick now that they're level 14. Riker and Isum, I believe, are still trying to figure out how to jump up. Having a little bit of difficulty. I'd expect Tsugoii and Ameiii to either head back to the transporter directly, or they may try and save load to get back to it a little quicker. But yeah, I mean, really an impressive performance, cementing their lead from Ameiii and Tsugoii. I think it's going to be quite difficult with the amount of time we have remaining for the pink team to catch up. I mean, they're only 3 goals behind. I know that doesn't sound that crazy, but you know, these blindfolded goals do not come quickly. I'm not sure what's going on with Riker and Isum. Have they moved in a while? Is everything all right? Okay, no, they were discussing their strategy. Okay. They have gone further from the tank, though. They've gone back to the transporter. Oh dear. Most of us can feel confident that we would not be faring much better trying to play this game blindfolded. It is quite the challenge. It's hard. It's hard too with the camera angles that you get as the instructor, and you're just not quite sure how to point them in the right direction. As we see, yeah, they do save load to just easily navigate themselves back to the transporter, Ameiii and Tsugoii, and they'll now use the transporter to head where they're going next. I'd expect them to go back to the resistance camp to turn in manager's request. Probably a quick one to check off, but it's possible that they go, well, I'll go back. I'll turn that in at some point. Maybe they'll go for the fetch quest or head to some other shops. And they've returned. Riker and Isum have reached their Mount Everest, this stack of boxes, and they climb it. Cat, they need your energy. They can climb the stack of boxes. You have to believe. They're lining it up. They're making their game plan. Let's go, stinky gamers. Team Jamie will certainly defeat Team Jamie. We'll see if Ameiii and Tsugoii, if they can show us another clean demonstration of getting back up on the scaffolding here to turn in this quest. I'm just talking to you guys, Ashley. I'm the only one here. I'm trying to keep the best I can, stay sane, and keep everyone entertained. While ultimately, I'm just talking to myself here in my room. But yeah, we're encouraging. So they can't hear me, but I'm doing my best to send my energy through the ether here, through the morphogenetic field out to Riker and Isum as they climb their Mount Everest. Oh no, slamming. They'll get it. We have to believe. The Ameiii and Tsugoii turn in another quest. Yeah, that is actually correct. I'm talking directly to Atomical Sloths. Everyone else is eavesdropping on this conversation, so I kindly ask you to be polite and cover your ears. All right, I think probably Ameiii and Tsugoii are thinking of what they want to do next. I think killing or obtaining the force photograph, they've already started that. That might not be too difficult. Some of these chip and buff and buying item and weapon related ones might be ones that they're thinking they can wrap up with their remaining 15 minutes or so. Yeah, isn't that weird, Sloth? But this whole time, there've been like 40 or so other people here just listening in. You would think people would have more manners, but yeah, everyone just wants to listen in as I privately teach you everything about 2v2 blindfolded NieR bingo, everyone's favorite topic of instruction. They can do it. Riker. Kind of reminds me of playing a net body game, playing baby steps or quap, or you know it's right there, you know you can do it, but just stringing the inputs together it would be so difficult. Exactly, Sloz. Please, yeah, if anyone donates, I said I would match up to $30 if that's donated before the end of the NieR run. So we've only got 15 minutes left. If anybody wants to donate a little bit of money, I will match up to $30. Yeah, Mash. We have done some unspeakable things to the format of bingo over the years, or really other races. I mean, you know, there's I forget how many. We had a 64-player race. We've done you know, 2-player 1-controller bingos. We've done all sorts of very silly things to avoid actually making a bingo ever in Bingothon. Who would thought?
Well, I can't just let this segue stand here. This is a perfect segue for me to come in here. Like, yeah, obviously you can win a mug or a sticker, or a mug and a sticker. Actually, I don't think you can win a sticker only. But you can also, if you want, like if you want to support Bingothon, you can go to our merch store, where you can buy the mugs and everything. You can also buy a hoodie. You can buy Bingothon socks. You can buy Bingothon sweatpants. Like, you can buy everything there. Like, and we even have a sale. Like we even have a sale currently going on. If you use code Winter25 at checkout, you can even you know, make a good profit. You can make a sale. That's I think something like
And
that.
you'll make
English
Ameiii
is hard.
happy. Ameiii, who has 99 sailing, will be so happy if you participate in the sale.
Yeah, you can get 30% off in the store if you do that. So go to store.bingothon.com, or alternatively, if you don't like physical but would still like to give to Bingothon, you can gift subs. You can gift subs. Jeez, talking is hard today. It's late. You can gift subs. We have like 35% of gift subs currently till the end of the marathon. Yeah, like if you gift 5 or more tier 1 gift subs, you can save 35%. That's like almost like you can save a whole, like, if you gift away 5 subs, you can even save like a whole sub on that.
And
That's
importantly, the people who get it will have no ads on the blind bingo series. Are you guys still doing the blind bingo series?
not currently, but in the future again, probably.
On whatever other events Bingothon put on, besides obviously including our wonderful main Bingothons.
Yeah, it is closer to 2 subs. Exactly, CJ. You can, like, instead of $25, you only need to pay $16.20. So, yeah. Big giveaways, big sales, big discounts you can make if you go for either of these options, and you support Bingothon. Win-win.
Fishing.
Who says you can only make discounts on Black Friday?
Actually, it is a win-win. Speaking of not a win-win, Percy has correctly pointed out that Isum and Riker are attempting a clip from the wrong side of this cart. So hopefully at some point they realize they may just be attempting it for fun, but I do hope that they could spend their time better. gifting subs to Bingothon than trying to clip into the wrong side of this little cart here. All right, so we've got fishing going on as blue team strikes off another one of the goals that pink team had that they did not. And as we enter our final 10 minutes here, I think blue team are going to be feeling quite comfortable with this lead, and pink team, probably knowing they're a little bit behind, are probably just going to try to have a little bit of fun and see if they can conquer their one final goal, their white whale getting to the Goliath tank. And everyone give your energy. It's not about who wins or loses anymore. It is about, can Isum and Riker get to the Goliath tank? What method will they use? Will they try an intended route? Will they try another cliff or speedrun strategy? How can they get over the several walls between them? Will they go in today, Mr. Tank? You win today. Exactly. I don't feel like it's efficient. I mean, you know, Bouvard is already been killed, but that. If you could do counter skip blinded, that would be seriously impressive. Even with practice, counter skip is such a precise over finicky trick. Although I'm guessing you have developed more consistent methods over the years, but there's still kind of little bits of hitting all those triggers and all of that. Oh no, is my internet having a rough time?
Looks familiar. Oh, right.
Well, apologies for
woman's
that
photograph.
if that's what's
I'll be
happening.
sure to
There's
get
not
the
much
coordinates.
all I can do about that. Oh, okay. Well, perhaps just a momentary blip. But you know what? It was on theme. We're watching NieR Automata, a game about two wonderful androids. And I just wanted to be an android for a moment. Ameiii and Tsugoii pick up the forest photograph. Another seriously impressive little bit of routing that they've accomplished there. They've been setting that up for quite a while. As the manager's request is completed by the pink team, I mean, they picked that up. That was the very first thing they did at the bingo, right? Was they started that quest. So really gone ahead and wrapped everything up in a nice tight circle. Thank you, Floha. Thank you. I hope you can enjoy some nice rest when your shift at Bingothon is over here. Let's see. I wonder what team Jamie has their sights on for the final 8 minutes here of the bingo. What are they thinking that they can accomplish? Because as we've learned, there are no easy goals in a blindfolded run. Okay, they're in the item shop. Are they going to go for the fusing? Or maybe they're going to try to go for have 5 active buffs. I don't think it sells Volt-Proof salves, though. I think you have to go find a Volt-Proof salve somewhere else. I'm not sure. They certainly have the money, yeah?
Do we have some time here?
Yes, we do.
Because I have a donation here over $10 and 1 cent. That 1 cent is very important. From
Yes, it is.
the one and only Atomical Slavs.
All right.
Who says, hoping to win a mug this year and see, at least better than the runners, a future Rayman 2 2v2 bingo run. Which, as you might guess, goes to the Rayman bonus bingo incentive, which is now at $10.01, meaning we only need $64.99 left to go to meet that. That's
All
one senseless
right.
that you have to donate because of Slavs. So thank you, Slavs.
Thank you, Slavs. Alrighty. So I believe that Team Jamie is going for some weapons at this point. We'll see what Isum and Riker are trying to wrap up here for their final 5 minutes. We'll see if they go back their white whale, the tank. We'll see if they try and go for a volt-proof salve with those buffs they just bought. Okay, it looks like Ameiii and Tsugoii are going for the 15 different chips, I think. I haven't been counting. I'm not sure if they've gotten it. I think they're going for the buffs. Oh, a skill salve. They've gone for a skill salve for their 5th buff. So I think that Pink Team is also going to secure their 5 active buffs here. Very nice. Both teams making sure to wrap that up for the end. I'm glad to see it. As I think they may be either counting their chips or trying to figure out if there is a way to get just a couple more chips here. Want to thank everyone for hanging out with us during NieR Bingo. We've always enjoy coming to Bingothon and appreciate them for always accommodating all of our crazy zany bingo ideas. They did. So even with as close as Pink Team got, Ameiii and Tsugoii even get their own actual bingo in row 4. I mean, really impressive. I think I was not expecting half the board here to be cleared by one of the teams blindfolded.
Hello there.
3 minutes remaining. I
Hello?
think Isum and Riker may just be staring off into the
Good.
sunset.
Pascal? Is that you?
9S. Yes, it is me.
Maybe
Many
going for
apologies the
for
sun
a quick
transmission.
cheeky
I
fish.
heard that you were searching for the missing child, yes? Well, if you would, please consider this a personal request
If
from
we have time
myself
for an
as well.
interview, I think
Go
we
find
may
the
be able
child
to
as quickly
pull
as you can.
our runners
She's
in.
such
I
a
think
good
it
little
looks
girl.
like everyone
So
is
fond of
kind
your
of just
sister.
chilling and
She's
knowing that they've
probably
only
somewhere
got
around
2
the
minutes
desert at the
remaining.
moment. That's where she's
I
likely to
think
find
we
Identity
can
Plate her
probably
sister.
I
pull
think
them
we
in
can
then
call it.
already.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then let's
Please
already
be
pull them
careful,
in and
alright?
do a quick interview. Actually, I need to look at the schedule. How are we currently doing?
If we don't have time, let's go
It's
ahead
fine. Well, we
and
have like
say
5 minutes to spare, so probably.
perfect. Just to say a quick congratulations to our runners.
Let's pull them in, I guess.
Alrighty.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Congratulations,
Oldies.
gamers.
Hello. Congratulations for what?
GG's.
Seriously impressive. I didn't think you guys were gonna get half the board. Watching the coordination develop between the teams was great.
Look at me. Take off my blindfold now and see what's going on.
Oh, do you actually have a blindfold on, Tsugoii?
I did actually, yeah.
I don't even know what's on my screen right now. Where am
Oh,
I?
it's so bright, dude.
I want to share a bit of info that Isum shared to me about 5 minutes into the run. Isum, you want to share your setup?
Uh, my setup. I just turned off my
Yeah.
monitor. What's going
They
on?
have an audio delay.
Oh yeah.
wow.
I have my audio going through an external thing, so it's always delayed by like half a second or so.
That sounds awful.
So we were
Maximum
going,
disorientation.
yeah, we were going for tricks, and he wasn't getting some of them because of the audio.
Oh, wow.
Can't get
Oh.
no visual cues and the audio being delayed.
Yeah.
Well,
The only thing we tried to go for.
we've only got a couple minutes here, so one quick closing statement from everyone to say thank you to Bingothon for having our craziness and let them get back on schedule. Tsugoii, go.
Thank you, Bingothon.
Riker, go.
Thanks, Bingothon, for having us. It was very fun.
Isum, go.
Thanks for having us, but who are you people? I don't know where I am. I've been kidnapped.
And Ameiii, close us out.
Yo, it's me, Ameiii with 3 eyes. Yeah, thank you, and as always, we'll probably be back again. Bingothon can't get rid of us. Yeah, thanks for having us, and appreciate all your time.
I'm already fearing and looking forward to it.
All right, thanks everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, before we go here, I still have a few things I have here. I have $10.01 from a game commander who says matching sloths. Who also puts that $10.01 towards the Rayman bonus bingo, which means you now only need $59.98 to match to get that done. And we have a $10 from Drakengard 2. Oh boy.
It's a good game.
Now this is now this bingo is blinding. It's like 2B black box, and we forgot to wear our sunglasses. That really explains why little bro is always running into walls. Let's channel our mana into the chefs and hope they can cook us a victory for mankind. I came just to watch this special meal get prepared for this holiday season. Stay toasty by the fire and pray to our Angelus and Mikhail for this lovely time we now share. Just don't accidentally place your marks on A2 because that would be an invalid bingo. Wouldn't want to upset Adam and Eve who clearly take this far too seriously. Run out of silly things to say. So we're nearly over here, but Yona got end scene, or else we'll be stuck here forever. Can't have that, can we? Why is gonna wrap this up? Thanks, gamers. Yours truly, Papa. Thank you.
What a time.
That was truly
that's
a donation of all time
right there.
Yeah, I need to steal that.
That was amazing.
Yeah. NieR folks, you can find them on the usual places, I guess. Go follow them.
Sponsored by Drakengard.com.
Yes. And we're gonna be back next with blueprints. Don't go anywhere. This is gonna be interesting to see, because for the first time forever here at Bingothon, we won't have a simple 5x5 bingo board. We're expanding. That's all I'm saying. Stay tuned.
much to make me do the cow and house goal? Regular,
Here's
right?
the deal. If we reach $1,500 until the end of the run, you're gonna be doing current house. Alright, I got a new donation here. You wanna read it, Paul, sir?
It is $14 from Pink Batman 12 saying, "Can't wait for CJ to check the house and the cow."
House and cow. Is that just what we started saying now?
I guess it is.
We just got a $35 donation from Silky Steve, who said, "Bingo! Time for house and cow. House and cow. House and cow. House and cow."
All right, we're off to the ranch. So I have to complete 2 laps of the obstacle course in 50 seconds, nonetheless. Don't know if that counted. No, it didn't work. It didn't count.
Oh, come on.
Off by frames.
That was so incredibly close. Fortunately, we do have to cut that there, though. We are out of time.
We did get bingo at least, which is better than one of my practice runs did.